What's up, America? Neil here with Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about the concept of aim small, miss small, what it means, why it's important, and how it's going to help you. So let's get started. So for those of you who have been to classes, there's a few little phenomenons that are just people's human behavior that are kind of interesting. One of those is that if you're an instructor, you've been to classes, you're going to find that when people shoot a course of fire, especially if it's not something where they're, it's not dynamic, they're not moving around, they're just on a line shooting, and then they're going to shoot again another course of fire, they automatically back up. It's one of those weird things. I don't care if it's a private lesson, it's one-on-one, or there's a line of 25, they all back up. It's just one of those odd things about human behavior. They shoot and they slowly back up to the next time they keep shooting. Another one with that is the ratio, I should say, of the size of the target area, perceived target area, and the amount that they miss by, okay? The smaller the target, the less they miss by. And I'm not talking about overall target, I'm talking about the target area. So if we're doing a drill where we're working on some type of dot drill or something really small, people tend to miss less. And I know people will say, well, they shoot slower. Not necessarily. As soon as I open up to a full-size target and I say, look, and I draw a box on the A zone, so you got to stay within this A zone, even when we're really moving and shooting faster, if I don't put that box there, they're all over, C and D zones from the same distances. It's just a human behavior. If you think the target area is bigger, for some reason, you just give yourself a bigger delta of missing. I don't know what it is, it's just human behavior. So the concept that you just probably thrown out a lot, that you've probably heard before, is aim small, miss small. But I really want to get down to what does it really mean and how is it important, okay? And I would say that, and by the way, you may hear some mowers going on, I apologize, it's just the time we got, and it is what it is. When we talk about aim small, miss small, although it applies to both iron sights and dots, it really applies to dots. And it's because fundamentally, we shoot a dot differently than we do iron sights, okay? If we're looking through iron sights, we have three things that we're really looking through. We're looking through a rear sight, we're focused on a front sight, and we have a target down range, okay? What's different about red dots, of course, is that I'm not worried about rear sights, front sights, and the target. I'm only focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's the target. And then I superimpose a dot. Meaning that through the whole sequence of shooting, I'm always focused on that target, and I'm always focused on the placement of that round itself, okay? Where did that bullet go? Although, obviously, with front sights, it's still important, I find that this aim small, miss small really applies to dots. And so what we're trying to do is, if we're looking at a target, and we'll do some demonstrations here in a minute. If we're looking at a target, IPSC target, whatever, and we're looking at the A zone, I don't want you guys to think about the whole A zone is an A zone. I want you to think that the bullet that you just shot, whatever that bullet hole is the whole entire target. And we want to be laser focused on that specific dot, or that little hole, okay? Even if it's off a little bit, be laser focused on that hole. And it's, again, I think it's mainly a psychological thing, but in our minds, when we think the target is that small and we stay laser focused, our results are always better. Now, with both iron sights and obviously with dots, follow through is critical, meaning after I've shot, I should superimpose my dot, or I should refocus on my front sight, and I'm ready to shoot again. But once we're done with follow through and we bring that gun down, especially with iron sights, again, it still applies. That dot that you now see on the target, that hole that you put in there, even if it's off a little bit, that's what I'm really focused on shooting again. I want to, in my mind, I want to put the same bullet, or I want to put bullets to the same hole over and over and over. And in my mind, when I focus on that and I try to do that, my results are enhanced. Now, I'm sure the camera's probably going to have difficulty picking it up, but there's the perforated A zone here on the standardized target. Again, I'm obviously, this is the preferred area, of course, but I'm wherever my first round is, which I'd like it to be somewhere around here, right? If it's not right here, it happens to be here, or here, whatever, that's not really what my concern is. Wherever that bullet goes, that is my next target, that exact hole, and I want to put the next target on that exact hole and that exact hole. Even though this is the entire target and this is the whole A zone, I'm not worried about that. Whether it's this A zone or this A zone, wherever that hole is from the bullet, that's my next target. I want to aim small, miss small. Even under high speed, I'm still laser focused, especially with a dot, on this target, on that hole specifically. And in the beginning, that might be a spot on a shirt, a button, whatever it is. Again, that's my aim small, miss small spot. So we're going to take one shot here with our pistol. Oh, by the way, for those that are interested, this is the Walther PDP Pro, one of my new favorite guns out there. The trigger in this gun is really, really great. Very Canik-like, but it has a better, in my opinion, break, the better wall, I should say, more pronounced, especially in a defensive situation. But I don't want to change this into a review video. Placement of this one isn't super critical. I mean, obviously we want it in the A zone, but we want to put the next bullet through this hole. Again, I'm not using this. I'm only laser focused on this. Okay, so this was our original hole. Obviously we got a little bit of a spread here, but the point I'm trying to make here is I'm only focused on this guy. Every of these, all the bullets going around here are all focused on here. Obviously we can say that these down here are a little bit of me, a little bit of anticipation, and of course we can break this all down. Windage looks pretty much even. The point is, we want to aim small and miss small. The more I focus on the small little dot, even if I'm shooting faster, which we'll speed up here in a second, my group will still remain pretty decent. All right, so even at a faster pace here, again, staying on that small target as I come out. So this was me, obviously that was a flyer that I pulled off before I got my dot settled. But the rest of these, even though I increased my rate of speed, we're still staying relatively in the same spot. If I come out of the holster and I think I have the whole entire brown target, which is a lot of times what we do when we come under speed, again, we're trained to use center mass, but still I want to try to focus on that small point. But if we think we have the whole target, we will literally use the whole target. You'll have rounds all over the place. When your skill level can bring you down to a much better level, it's just a mental tool that we can use in our toolbox.
Another trick is I really like these little circle targets that are reactive, because it's really hard for me to see exactly where it's hitting. And so I did a little example. So the first time I just aimed for the large black circle, and the second time I really focused on just the little red circle, and you can see my accuracy was a lot better.
Well, there you have it, guys. Take this out to the range next time you guys go on your live fire. Try to focus on that one hole regardless of where it is, and try to put that round in another, that bullet right through that same, hold on. Well, there you go, guys. Take this to the range next time you guys go live fire. Just use whatever that bullet hole is and put another bullet through that hole as many times as you can. Think about that as the entire size of your target. Even when you press yourself and you go faster, you're going to be surprised at how much greater your accuracy is, even at that higher pace. Another fun drill is called Chase the Rabbit. You can have a partner with you and they will put a round in a target, and then your job is to put a bullet through the same hole. And so you guys trade off. So let's say they shoot five holes in the target, and you try to, as quickly as possible, put another round right on top, and then you switch. You put 5 rounds and they follow you. So bang, 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 bang. And again, the idea there is, one, we're really focused on that target. Even if we're using sights, we still focus on the target, see the hole, and then we go back to our front sight. If we have the dot, of course, we can stay focused the whole time, which is another advantage that you'll find if you're kind of on the fence on should I switch to a red dot or not. But hope this helps, guys. As you know, you can find us here on YouTube. We are on Rumble, Instagram, we're on Facebook, and of course we put all our premium content on Patreon. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.